Namaste student. Today we will start the next topic in the drainage chapter. It is about the lakes. The lakes are very important for human beings. The picture here you are seeing that about the Loktak lake. This lake it is an natural lake, and this natural lake is very beautiful, and it is the freshwater lake. But the importance of lakes, we should know about the lakes. It is important, and all we are familiar with the lakes. How we are familiar with the lakes? Because the small or the large lakes, it is present in our areas, but some lakes are very important in our country, as the Dal Lake. It is famous in Kashmir. And what is the importance of the Dal Lake? In the Dal Lake, which is present in the Kashmir, you may see this name, it is mentioned there. What happened? The people, they are using the houseboat. For which purpose? And sikaras. For which purpose? These attract the thousand of tourists. The tourists, they attract with these lakes, and in the summer seasons every year they visit the here, and it is the uh, earning purpose for the local people. And the other tourist spot near a lake also enjoy for these other things. Which things they are enjoying? The boating, swimming, or the water games. It is important for the lakes. And the lakes are important for the another purpose, as it is for the attractive for tourists, but it is also for generating the electricity. The Srinagar, Nainital, and other tourist places did not have a lake. Would they have been attractive as they are today? I think never, because these places, it is very attractive because of the presence of natural lake. And you ever tried to know the importance of lakes in making a place attractive to tourists? In any place, the people may develop a lake as the tourist place. The lakes as attraction for the tourist, but also useful for human beings in many ways. How it is useful for human beings? As many ways. How it is? It is the different form, each other the size as the characteristics. The some they are the permanent, or only the during seasons they are in the presence. The inland drainage, semi-arid regions, they are the lakes. It is important for the generating electricity. It is important for the fishing. The lakes, it is in the basin of inland drainage of semi-arid region. Some lakes which are result on the action of glaciers and ice sheets. As the glaciers melted or ice sheets, then it forms the lakes. Other have been formed by wind or river action and human activities. It means the two type of the lakes, natural lake and the artificial lake. Meandering river across a floodplain form cutoff that later develops into oxbow lakes. And already in this chapter we have discussed about the oxbow lake. Spits and bars form lagoons in the coastal area, and that is the Chilka Lake, the Polluted Lake, and the Koleru Lake. All these are which type of lake? These are the lakes where just besides the sea, and especially the Bay of Bengal. Lakes in the region of island drainage are sometimes seasonal. For example, the Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. The Sambar Lake in Rajasthan, it is the important one where it is in the rainy seasons, as it receives the water, then it's have the presence of the water and the lake, and here the water evaporation highly, so there the presence of salt, and it is the salt water lake, and used for which purpose? Used for producing the salt. So it is another importance of the lake. The freshwater lakes are in the Himalayan region, and they are of glacier origin. In other words, they formed when the glaciers dug out a basin which was later filled with the snow melt. And the Wuller Lake, where it is in Jammu and Kashmir, in the contrast, is the result of tectonic activities. Tectonic activities, it means when the plates divert from the each other, or maybe to convert from the each other, then it's resulted the fault or the fold. So maybe the valleys or maybe the fault. So these are resulted for the tectonic activities and resulted for the lake, and the example is Wuller Lake in Jammu and Kashmir. The other lakes, very important lakes, are Loktak Lake, Bhimtal Lake, Dal Lake, and the Barapani Lake are the important freshwater lake. So you have to know about the lakes. It is the important for all of us. Apart from the natural lake, the damming of the rivers from the generation of hydel power has also led to the formation of lake, and these are also known as the man-made lake, such as the Guru Gobind Sagar Bhakra Nangal project. Bhakra Nangal project, where it is? It is on the river Satluj, and it is the in Himachal Pradesh and Punjab, Haryana. So it is the two type of the lake, natural lake and artificial lake. Lakes are great value of human beings. Lakes helps for which purpose? It is the, you have to know, the lakes aids help to regulate to flow of river, and during the heavy rains it prevent flood. What it prevent? It prevent flood. It is the importance of the lake. During the dry seasons, what happen? It store the water, and it helps and in even flow of water. Lake can also be used for developing hydel power. If it is the man-made, especially it is useful. They moderate the climate of the surroundings. If any place is there the presence of lake, obviously the place it will be cool from the other areas. So the moderate the climate of the surroundings and maintain the aquatic ecosystem. It is about the lake. It maintains what? The aquatic ecosystem and enhance the natural beauty. You have to know about wherever the natural lake, there the aquatic life more developed, and helps the develop the tourism and provide the recreation, because the people they have the time, then they want there the entertainment, and it is possible with the lake. Now the next one is about the role of river in the economy. What is the role of rivers in the economy? Rivers have been of the fundamental importance throughout the human history, because you have the idea that firstly the civilization, it was started where? Near the river basins, and river is a basic natural resource. Without river we can't imagine our life, and essential for various human activities. Therefore the river banks, they attract the settle for the ancient times, and in our the past, the life, the civilization, it was possible near the river banks. These settlements have now, it's become big cities. Do you have the idea of big cities? Of course, the big cities. The Allahabad, it is a big city. Patna, it is a big city. Kanpur, it is a big city. Banaras, the different names of the cities, it is where the big cities, or in the peninsular area, there the Nasik. And river, it's useful for which purpose? River, it's useful for the irrigation purpose, for navigation purpose, for hydel power generation, then the generation of, and also the particularly to a country which it is for our country, where the agriculture is major source of livelihood. So obviously the rivers helpful for the irrigation. And the next but not least, it is what? It is about the river pollution. River pollution. What we are doing? We are the human being, and we pollute the rivers. The growing domestic municipal industries and agriculture demand for water from rivers naturally affects the quality of water. As a result, what happened? More and more water is being drained out of the rivers and reducing the volume. On the other hand, a heavy load of untreated sewage and the industrial effluents are impeded. How it is polluted? It polluted by the human activities. What the people they are doing? They release the untreated sewage, and especially by the industries, they release in the rivers. As you have the example of river Yamuna, it is highly polluted, and this affects what? It affects the quality of water, and also the self cleanliness, its capacity of the rivers, it is not possible, because the highly it is released in the polluted water in the water. And naturally it may be possible by the aquatic life and by the stream flow, but as the river Ganga it is possible. But what happened? In these days, the people they release the polluted water in the rivers, so it can't be clean the self by itself. The pollution loads the 20 kilometer of the large cities in the river Ganga, and increasing the urbanization and the industrialization because of the river use, because it is very important. The industries it settle near the rivers in Kanpur or in Banaras, the different industry it settle near the river banks, and the many rivers have been rising in the northern part. Then what happened? It pollute the level of rivers, and over rising pollution, what it creates? Over rising pollution in our rivers lead the which things? It is the launching the various actions, plans to clean the rivers, because the human beings, the government also realize that the polluted water it is very harmful for us. So I think you have heard about such action plan. Which action plan? The Ganga River Action Plan, Narmada Action Plan. How does our health gets affected by the polluted water? This is your question also, that how it's affected. And life of human beings without fresh water, is it possible? Is it possible? No, it can't be possible by the without water. One example of the action plan, that the National River Conservation Plan NRCP, the river cleaning program in the country was initiated with the launching of the Ganga Action Plan. and this Ganga action plan is important in our country in the year 1985, but this year also. The Ganga action plan was expanded to over other rivers, not only limited to river Ganga, it also for the other rivers. And for the conservation, the conservation is possible when it clean the water, and it is in the year 1995. The what's the objective of this river action plan? What? To improve the water quality of the river, and which are major water sources in the country. So through the implementations of the pollution amendment work, what it creates, the it's clean the river water, and it's our responsibility that we should also take the steps that not to throw the waste material in the river. So the chapter is of geography, drainage chapter is now completed, and what we have to do, we have to complete the question answer of this chapter that is mentioned for the drainage chapter. So your homework it is to do these question answer and the map work in your notebook, and you have to complete with the colored map and complete it with the proper way, the serially in your notebook. Thank you for watching the video, and stay home, stay safe.